best in the Midwest for more than 80 years. News 8's Angie Sharp joins us live inside the factory of Whitey's. She's having breakfast with one of the owners this morning. Good morning, Angie.
Good morning, John. I would like to introduce you to another John. This is John Thunberg, the co-owner of Whitey's Ice Cream. Good morning, John.
Good morning,
Thank you for joining us on this early morning.
Our pleasure. Dairymen start early.
Not a lot of people have ice cream for breakfast, but you're probably in full support of that, aren't you?
I am. I can't argue with that.
Tell me a little bit about the history of Whitey's. Started back in 1933, not by a Thunberg, but by somebody else, right?
Who actually ended up being like a father to our father. His name was Chester Lindgren, and he hated his first name, and he was a white blonde Swede, so of course he got a nickname of Whitey. So it's just stuck over the years.
And at what point, it was about 20 years later, right, that the Thunbergs took over?
Well, actually, my dad went to work for Whitey 2 years after he opened, and then loved it. It was in his blood, and yes, 20 years later in 1953, my folks bought it. So it's really been in our family, whatever that is, 63 years, but we say 83 or 84 now because Whitey was like a grandfather to Jeff and I. We never had a grandfather that was alive when we were born, and he was like a dad to our dad, so it's just all in the family.
That's very cool. Speaking of cool, let's walk through. So where are we going right now?
We're going in our what we call our hardening room. And this is our freezer where all of the ice cream is put when it's first made and then stored. And in here is where we do all employee negotiations.
Okay.
No, because it's 20 below. This room is 50 by 60 and about 22 feet high. And like I said, it's 20 below zero at all times. The secret is don't think about it. And we've never really gone up to those blowers way up there to find out what the wind chill actually is up there. One of these days. We keep saying one of these days, but...
But all the trucks, they come here, they're able to get all their supplies and load up the trucks right here in this spot, right?
Right. Our truck supplies all of our local stores, and then as we ship out to Hy-Vee or Fairway, their trucks come and we just load them by the pallet, just load it up.
How many do you think you do a day? Trucks, deliveries? Do you have any number?
Some days, no, we don't. Some days are crazier than others, and you know, it just depends upon when the orders come in.
Yeah.
But our stores get stocked twice a week. So like the Iowa side would be Monday and Wednesday, and the Illinois side Tuesday, Thursday.
And it's year round. I mean, it doesn't stop in the Christmas time. We know that. You know, when there's 20 degrees below outside, people are still at Whitey's.
Right, and we're fortunate in that. And it's gotten better because people are more mobile these days than they were 30 years ago or whatever. You know, they'd go into their house at night and hibernate, and now, you know, we have better heaters in our cars and things like that, so people are out and about.
Oh, yeah, they always want their ice cream.
I hope so.
Well, speaking of ice cream, we have not talked about the breakfast part of Breakfast With yet. We are going to get to that coming up in the next half hour as we go over to the store here on 41st Street and continue our conversation with John Thunberg. John?
Looking forward to it. Eric did the calculations as well. So it's negative 20 in that factory that you're in right now, Angie. It's 84 degrees in here. That's a 105-degree temperature difference.
I think you guys need to join me out here. That's nuts.
Yeah, well, I certainly understand why she's wearing that jacket now. Angie, thank you very much. Don't forget, we do a special Facebook Live every Thursday morning to show you the behind the scenes of our Breakfast With segment. That takes place right after Good Morning Quad Cities on the WQAD News 8 Facebook page. And next week, we're having Breakfast with Davenport Mayor Frank Klipsch. We'll be at the Greatest Grains off Harrison Street in the city's Hilltop Campus Village, and it all starts at 5 a.m. All right, well.